People like to believe their favorite pet is a practical choice. A dog because it's loyal, a cat because it's low maintenance, a bird because it's beautiful, a fish because it's simple. We tell ourselves these reasons because they sound logical, comfortable, easy to explain, but they never quite reach the truth. Because the animal you're drawn to isn't just something you enjoy having around. It's something that understands you without language. It reflects how you approach closeness, how you protect your inner world, how you learned to stay safe while still wanting connection. Because beneath every favorite animal is a story about how a person loves, regulates emotions, and experiences relationships. This isn't about labels or putting people into boxes. It's about patterns, the ones that repeat quietly again and again. Let's start with the dog. Dog people are usually described as friendly, loyal, open, and that's true, but it's incomplete. Because at the core of the dog-human bond isn't personality, it's certainty. A dog doesn't make you guess. It doesn't withhold affection to test you. It doesn't punish you with silence. A dog meets you at the door like your existence matters every time. And that matters more than most people realize. If you're deeply a dog person, there's a good chance you've spent part of your life feeling emotionally unanchored. Maybe love felt inconsistent. Maybe approval came with conditions. Maybe you learned to read moods before you allowed yourself to relax. The dog corrects that imbalance. Psychologically, a dog responds immediately to your presence. You're wanted. You're needed. You belong. Dog people often have strong relational instincts. They notice shifts in tone. They sense emotional distance quickly. They give easily, sometimes too easily. They don't ration affection. They offer it freely, the way dogs do. But underneath that generosity, there's often a quiet question they rarely say out loud. If I stop showing up, will I still be loved? The dog never asks that. And being around one lets your system rest from asking it too. Dogs regulate through connection, through eye contact, through touch, through proximity. If this is your favorite animal, closeness is where you feel safest. You heal through bonding, through shared routines, through knowing someone will be there when you come home. Then there is the cat. If the dog is emotional certainty, the cat is emotional consent. Cat people are often mistaken for being distant or aloof, but the psychology is far more precise. A cat does not give affection automatically. It chooses. It approaches when it wants to. It leaves when it needs to. And if you are drawn to that, it says something important about you. Cat people often experience autonomy as respect. Emotional intrusion feels unsafe. Overexposure feels threatening. You don't want love that demands performance. You want love that allows space. A cat doesn't overwhelm you. It coexists with you. Loving a cat is a practice in boundaries. You learn that connection doesn't require constant access, that affection doesn't need to be loud to be real. Cat people are often observant, intuitive, and deeply private. They feel intensely, but selectively. If the dog loves you for existing, the cat loves you for understanding. And if that resonates, you're likely someone who learned early to read the room, to notice what wasn't said, to survive through awareness rather than force. The cat mirrors that skill back to you. It says, I see that you know how to wait. Cat people don't chase love, they allow it. And when it arrives, it means more, because it wasn't guaranteed.
Now let's move to the birds. Bird people are often hard to categorize, and that's the point. Birds are contradiction. Social, yet independent. Intelligent,
yet unpredictable. They are creatures of sound, movement, and flight. If you're drawn to birds, you may feel constrained by the ordinary structures of life. Bird people often have expressive inner worlds. Thoughts move quickly, emotions rise and fall in waves. Silence is fine, but stagnation isn't. A bird brings motion into a room. It interrupts stillness. Psychologically, birds symbolize freedom that is admired but not fully lived. Many bird lovers are grounded by responsibility, jobs, families, expectations, while internally craving expansion. The bird becomes a reminder that another way of being exists, one that is lighter, louder, less contained. Bird people often choose authenticity over comfort. They tolerate noise, unpredictability, and mess because what they're really seeking is aliveness. They don't want a companion that fades into the background. They want something that reminds them they're awake. And there's something else here too. Birds are fragile. They require patience, attention, care. If you love them, you may be someone who recognizes beauty in things that are easily damaged and protects what you see reflected in yourself. Then there are the fish. On the surface, fish seem emotionally distant. No touch, no recognition, no obvious bond. But that distance is exactly the point. Fish people are often highly sensitive to overstimulation. The world is loud, fast, demanding, and the aquarium becomes a controlled ecosystem, predictable, rhythmic, quiet. If fish are your favorite pet, you likely have a rich inner life and need external calm to function. You regulate by observing rather than engaging, by watching movement without being pulled into it. Fish don't require emotional performance. They don't need reassurance. They simply exist. And for someone who has spent a lifetime managing other people's emotions, that can feel like relief. Fish people often have a strong aesthetic sensitivity. They notice color, balance, and flow. The aquarium becomes a living meditation, a space where nothing is demanded of you except attention. You don't need to be needed to feel connected. Connection comes through presence. There is often a quiet wisdom in fish lovers, an understanding that not all bonds are loud, that meaning doesn't require reciprocity. Sometimes it's enough to witness life moving peacefully in front of you. What all of this reveals is something we rarely say out loud. We don't choose pets based on what they give us. We choose them based on what they allow us to be. The dog allows you to love openly. The cat allows you to protect your boundaries. The bird allows you to dream of freedom. The fish allows you to be still. Look at the animal you feel most drawn to. Not the one you think you should like. The one that feels like home. Its nature is not separate from yours. It's complementary. It fills a space you didn't know how to name. If something in this felt uncomfortably accurate, hit the like button. It helps this reach the people who understand themselves better through animals than through small talk. And if you want more deep dives into the psychology of the things we love, subscribe. Because the world is noisy, people are complex, and sometimes the clearest mirror of who we are is the creature we feel safest sitting beside.